started here. Do we have where's everybody? Terry, we need. There's a quorum. All right. All right. This meeting has been called to order, Ways and Means Committee. And I first need an approval of minutes for May 22nd, 2022. And can I get a motion from Sharon and Matt? Thank you. Are there any changes, discussions? Okay. All those in favor, say aye. Those opposed, has been moved. And moving on to our informational items, we have a county clerk's office reporting. Ms. Rachel Parker.
Oh, goodness. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You all have the report. If you have any questions, I will try to answer any questions you may have.
Are there any other questions for Ms. Parker? Okay. Thank you.
Okay. That was quick.
Did you say? All right, and moving on to our County Election Commission. Okay, Miss Elizabeth. Got you right this time.
So they were going to get me a name plaque that said Nancy.
Yes, right. Oh, okay, they were. Where did that come from? Woo. My own mindset.
So at the Election Commission office, we are still working with GIS to get our city council districts updated within our voter registration system. We are also working on election judge recruitment. We've reached out to several businesses to start those relationship talks back up. We are talking with realtors associations, and then once school starts back up, we'll get into schools again. We're also going to start having election judge open houses where we'll have veteran election judges be there, and they can explain the process and meet with people that are interested in serving as election judges possibly. So if you have any other questions for me, I'd be happy to answer those.
I have one. When you speak of the real estate association, getting them involved, what part will they play in this?
We're trying to recruit election judges. So we are hoping that they would be willing to serve for the one day on election day in a polling place. Okay. So they seem to they might have more flexibility in their positions, and it might be and it's the correct age group that we're looking for, more around 30 to 50-year-olds is where our lowest numbers are. So we're trying to recruit heavily in that age category.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Any other questions, comments? To Miss Elizabeth. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to our supervisor of assessments. There he is with a cap. Thank you.
I'm not Dave Ryan. My name's Chad Jones. I'm
Chad, happy to have you.
relatively new chief deputy down in the supervisor of assessments office. Dave's out of town, so
Yes.
We just are continuing with the 2023 reval year, working with the township assessors to get their numbers in, which we are expecting in the early part of July, and we'll get those turned around and get the assessment notices out in mid to late August.
Okay.
So is our plan. So
On target.
on target.
Good, great.
We've had a lot of turnover in our office in the last year. Pretty much everybody's either new or in a new position. So, but yeah, it's we're on target.
Okay.
And thanks to the county clerk's office and treasurer's office, they've been very patient with us. So we certainly appreciate that. So.
Great. Okay. Any questions, comments to Chad? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone here representing the Veterans Commission? Well, oh, there you are. Come on up.
I only missed one meeting. Okay. Whoops. So new money that we brought in for veterans is already over $5 million, just over $5 million. Total money brought in for veterans up to date is $34.8 million. We've had a couple back pays over $130,000. It's getting more and more difficult to do that because the VA is making decisions a lot quicker. So how we did that, one was a Board of Veterans appeal case where I have to go in front of a judge virtually and then argue. So that one we won, and it went all the way back to 2013 for the veteran. So that was $133,000. Then the other one was a clear unmistakable error. I think I talked about a couple months ago that went back like 2010. So we're bringing Walk-In Wednesday, if anybody here remembers those. Walk-In Wednesday is going to be July 19th at, from 10 to 3. So what that is veterans can just walk in our office and do the simple things like adding a dependent, get entered into our system, simple forms. We're not going to do full-out disability claims. We're not going to rush through that process. But if they have any simple questions, they can walk in. We haven't done it since COVID. But we used to average about 40 to 50 walk-ins on Walk-In Wednesday, so we'll see what happens when we bring it back. I talked about the wall coming to Woodford County, which is coming up Tuesday, July 11th. The display arrives in Eureka with an escort. On Wednesday, July 12th, the setup begins at 8:30 in the morning. Thursday, July 13th, the opening ceremony at 10 a.m. opens to the public, and then Sunday, July 16th is the closing ceremony. It is 375 feet in length and then 7.5 feet high, so it is huge. So if you get a chance to come out and be in Eureka, it will be there. So this is different than the one I think we discussed a couple months ago that was in East Peoria. There's a couple different ones that go around the country, but this one is different. This one's actually larger than the one in East Peoria.
And I understand you are still looking for volunteers.
Oh, yes. Able bodies, they say.
Okay. Yeah.
Preferably under 70.
Okay. All right.
But yes, they are always looking for volunteers. That's all I have.
Any questions, comments? Oh, I see two over there. No. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And then I would like to address our treasurer. First of all, I want to say she had a special report for us, a presentation today, and so we're going to move that to our next meeting. But at the same time, I didn't know if, Nicole, you had a special report you want to give to us.
And the reason for me moving the presentation is not because I'm not ready, because I am.
Oh, definitely ready. I
It's
saw
just
it.
since the
Yeah.
other meeting went over,
Yeah.
and it's going to take more than 2 minutes. I want everybody
Good.
to know that I do not just push a button to make things happen. So I just did our first distribution on June 22nd. We had collected over $154 million, of which I distributed $127 million. The reason for the big gap is there are some school districts and some other taxing districts that do not want their first distribution in June. They want it in July because their fiscal year starts July 1st, and they want all the distributions in their fiscal year. So that's the big difference. So that's pretty much it. I look forward to giving the presentation next month.
Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Were there any questions, comments for Nicole? Okay, thank you again. Moving on to resolutions, we do have a monthly delinquent tax for the monthly delinquent taxes, June 2023. And can I get a motion and a second? Oh, there you are, Matt and Sharon. Thank you. Okay. Any questions, comments? No? Okay. All those in favor, say aye. All those that are not opposed, say nay. Thank you. It has been motion approved. Moving on to committee actions. We have a fiscal year 2023 budget reappropriation for Peoria County Election Commission. I kind of get a motion and a second. Sharon and Terry, thank you. Can we get a little discussion on that? Elizabeth, would you like to come up and say something?
So what we're doing here is we are moving funds from our contractual line items for our consultant services. This is the money that we use to pay our election judges.
Yes.
And we're moving that to our personnel line item
Yes.
to cover two things. Hay study increases from October. The original 5% increase came out of our 2022 budget, but since our budget for 2023 was already complete, those funds were not in there. And it's also covering the key personnel raises for 3 election specialists within our office that is covered under the Peoria personnel policy.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Any questions, comments? Yeah. Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. It has been motioned and approved.
Thank you.
Mhm. Now we have another committee action. This is for the assignment of tax sale certificate of purchase. Can I get a motion and a second? Matt, thank you. And Daniel, thank you. Any comments, discussion? Okay. Okay, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it and has been approved. Thank you. And one other committee action. We have a review of the executive session minutes. Ms. Dean.
All right. It is the recommendation of the state's attorney's office that all previously held minutes continue to be held because the need for confidentiality does still exist, and also to destroy the executive session audio recordings that are more than 2 years old, except for those that relate to pending litigation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We don't have to vote on that. Yep. Okay. And any public comments? Oh, I need to vote on that. There we go. I need a motion. Did I bring a motion in? I need a motion, first of all. And did I do that? I don't think I did. Okay. Sharon and Matt, thank you. And all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. It has been motioned and approved. Thank you. Now, public comment. There are none. Miscellaneous. Oh, we covered everything. Okay. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Is or has been. When is it?
You want me to? No, the last couple of months I've gone through it. I'm just trying to let some of that